Hello everybody, jimmyispromo here, back again with another awesome video, and in today's video we will be installing, reviewing, and testing the Whitestone dome glass tempered screen protection for the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Now if you are familiar with my channel, you know that I've tested pretty much every single screen protection out there, ranging from the tempered glass over to the liquid screen protection, and trying to figure out exactly what is the best screen protection you're able to use on your Samsung Galaxy devices, especially with the Infinity displays. Now I've tested dozens of different companies and brands, and I found out that there's one that always comes off on top in almost every single category, and that actually is the Whitestone dome glass. So I'm super excited to review this one and actually use it on my Galaxy Note 9. Now here's the exciting part of this video. Whitestone dome glass has given me 5 promotional codes that I'm able to give out to 5 lucky subscribers of this channel. Now these promo codes are 99% off promo codes, which means you'll be paying less than $1 to get yourself a tempered glass screen protection for your Galaxy Note 9. Now this will be a flash giveaway. It's something where I simply look at comments below this video, I choose 5 lucky winners, and it'll end on August 25th at 10 p.m. So at 10 p.m. August 25th, which is a Saturday, I'll be going through all my comments, choosing 5 random people who did the following, which is liking the video, making sure that you're a subscriber, because I will cross-reference making sure that you are a subscriber of the channel, and write a comment of your favorite feature you're most excited about for the Galaxy Note 9, and what state do you live in, just so I can see where all of these comments come throughout the United States. I'll comment you right back and state, hey, send me an email, so in this way I can give you the code. So if you wrote a comment below this video, make sure you look at your phone Saturday night and seeing if I responded to you, because it might be stating, hey, you're a winner, send me an email so I can give you the code. Now that we talked about what we'll be doing in this video, we also talked about the giveaway. Let's open this up and let's get started. The contents of this package is going to be your instruction manual along with your screen protection. Here's the bottom base and top base. This one is the pull pin. This one is the adhesive bridge that you place your adhesive bottle into, and this right here, the colored red, is going to be the top. Here's the dust removal stickers. You have microfiber wipes, which is about 3 of them. Here is your 3 alcohol wipes to clean the screen, and you also have additional pieces. Now all of this will make sense once we go through the process. And last but not least is going to be the UV light. And so this one does have 6 LEDs on the bottom that's serving as UV light, which will cure the adhesive. This right here is going to be the micro USB, so everything does come inside this package. When you plug this in, this is USB on this end that you can plug into a laptop or a computer. You can even plug it into a normal wall mount. And for any females out there, if you are looking for something that can cure your nails, this is a UV light, so if you need to, plug it in, put your nails underneath it, and now you got something that is multi-useful. Now the first step is to place the Galaxy Note 9 into the bottom of the base, and on the very top you're going to notice where your speaker is. If you push down on the bottom base, it does not move. But if you place your finger on the right side of it, you can see that it will tilt down, and this will actually cause the adhesive to go down the screen, and that was what will even everything out. And then you pull the pin, which you'll see here in a second. Now at this stage, you're able to use the alcohol wipe to clean the entire front of the phone. And so you will be going on the very top and the very bottom, going along all the edges, just making sure that everything has been taken off. Next up, we'll be using the microfiber wipe to clean everything off, make sure it's completely dry, get anything that is off of there from before, such as the smudges and everything else. And then the last step is by using the dust removal sticker to make sure that there was no any settling dust that was on there that was there from after cleaning it with a microfiber wipe. Now as a pro tip with this dust removal sticker, make sure you keep your finger in one spot, and everything that you're touching the screen with this little dust removal sticker, make sure you don't touch anywhere else on this little adhesive part, because then you will place your fingerprint on there, which will also resort it going onto the phone. Now when you've inspected this phone, everything is completely spotless. You're able to take the very top over here, and you can place this adhesive over the speaker on the very top, but you want to make sure that you don't go too far down. And another pro tip is using your microfiber wipe to actually make sure that you press that down so you're not touching it accidentally with a finger smudge. This is where you will place on the top of the base. You can also place in your little push pin through this hole on the very top, and then now you want to put in your bridge. Now again here, you do want to open up the colored lid, which is the very top, and then you'll place this inside of this hole. At this point, you will release the adhesive onto the screen when you take off the very bottom piece. You'll be able to lift up your bridge once everything has came out of the bottle. From here, this is where you'll take your screen protection. You'll place it on the very bottom of the very top, gently lay it onto that little pull pin. If you notice the big blob of adhesive kind of moves a little bit, that just means that your table is uneven. Once you place it inside of the middle of the entire screen, this is where you push down on this edge of the base, let the adhesive come all the way down to this arrow, and then that is where you pull this pull pin, and then all the adhesive will go all the way to the very edge of all the corners. So now I'm pressing down, waiting for it to go down to the arrow, and then I pull the pull pin. Now I wish my lighting was just a little bit better so you can see actually all of the adhesive going through the hole down middle and going towards the edges. And once you see that it is fully filled, that is where you can actually take off this top piece, but you can leave your phone inside of here. This is where you will be curing it with the UV light. Now what you will do is press this button and you're going to cure it on the very top for about 15 seconds. Once you're done with that 15 or 20 seconds, you can turn it on the bottom, and you can also turn it on in the middle. Now that you've used the UV light in the top, middle, as well as the bottom for about 15 seconds in all of those areas, if you would like to, you are able to take this one off, which was protecting the speaker from getting any of that loca or adhesive in the screen. Now this is where you would like to take your phone out of this little bottom base because it is actually sitting on the phone pretty well. But what you're gonna do one more time is actually using the UV light on the top, middle, and bottom just to complete the adhesive portion of this one, and you'll do it for another 20 to 25 seconds in each spot. Now at this point, I would suggest taking over one of those little alcohol wipes again and just kind of going along the sides. Now what you will notice is that some of that loca or the adhesive is going to be over on the corners of this phone. You also just want to wipe all of that off. Some of it could also go on the back of the device as well too, but because it is already adhered, this alcohol wipe will not actually do anything with that adhesive underneath there. You'll notice some of it will also kind of go towards the back and again on the sides, as I said from before. You just want to wipe all that off just because it actually kind of has a little bit of a smell to it. And then once all of that is completely done and you got all those little particle or little pieces off, you can go back to your little microfiber wipe, and then you can get everything off, clean it all off, get all those little pieces off of there, which is again that little adhesive. Now here is the end result of the screen protector being placed onto the phone, and this one just looks super sleek, as if it should be part of the phone already. Everything is lined up, it's cut out correctly. I also like the fact that it's just a straight up glass, not anything that's colored on the top or colored on the bottom, so everything blends in perfect. Now the only thing you might notice on mine is that I kind of lifted it just a little bit too soon in this spot. I didn't notice that there was a little bit of adhesive that still had to go into this small little area, but it will not affect the touch sensitivity of my phone. And I'm going to leave it this time just because I will be scratching and taking this off anyways. But if this happens to you where there's a small spot that was not reached, make sure you use a hair dryer, heat up the adhesive underneath this little screen protection here, and pull it off ever so gently so you don't break it. Re-prep it and clean it, and do it again with that extra adhesive. But I will let you know that there is a 2-pack version of this tempered glass. So if you feel that you would like to have another one of these screen protectors sitting at home, you are able to go out there and purchase the 2-pack instead of the 1-pack that we are reviewing today. Now that we have finished the installation process, we will go through the first test, which is the touch sensitivity. Now I've gone to the dialing pad, I typed in *#0 *#, and once you go inside of here, this one is going to be the diagnostic test of the Samsung Galaxy devices. Now, if you try that little code of the *#0 and if it does not work, that means that your carrier does not support that little quick code and it's using some other diagnostic test. Now we're going to head over into touch, and within this screen here, you want to fill in this entire X. And so what you're also able to do is go through the very middle if you want to, but you're not able to get out of this little test until you have finished all of these little squares. Now, if you remember from before, right over here is where I kind of missed a little bit of that adhesive, but it does not affect the touch sensitivity whatsoever. Now I'm trying to touch this as light as possible. I'm not pressing down. I'm literally just laying my finger onto the screen until it's filled everything in. Now let's head over and test the S Pen. Now because this is a Note, we don't only have to test the finger touch, we also have to test the S Pen. Now with this one over here, we went inside of Samsung Notes, and I'm just ever so lightly trying to pretty much draw on the screen anywhere and everywhere. And so this one has no issues with going anywhere on the screen, and it will also pick up the pressure point. So if you're pressing harder with the S Pen on the screen, you can see that it got down to a darker line. And if you press very lightly, it's going to be a very light line that is also very very thin. So this is why I love the screen protector, because you don't have to change any settings to make the screen more sensitive. Usually when you place a tempered glass on a phone, a lot of times you would have to go through the later Samsung phones, hit on that setting icon, go to advanced features, and turn on the extra touch sensitivity. Now this will help you if you get yourself, especially a tempered glass from the Zeg Invisible Shield. This one is not really that good of a tempered glass anymore. Whitestone Dome Glass has came across on the top in all the categories, but I will be testing that one as well, so make sure you guys hit on subscribe if you want to see how that one performs versus the Whitestone Dome Glass. Now with this test here, the touch sensitivity passed with flying colors, definitely a 5 out of 5. For the installation process, I will give it a 4 out of 5, just because even though it's really not that bad, especially if you've done it before, but if it's your first time doing this, it will be a little harder because it seems like a lot of process, but because it comes with everything needed, the instruction manual along with all the pieces, this one could almost give you a 5 out of 5 if you're used to it, but a lot of you might be a first-time buyer, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Now the only thing with this phone in this review here in particular, I don't have a lot of cases just yet for the Galaxy Note 9, so this one is going to be a Tech 21 case, and I just really want to show you the cutoff points of this tempered glass versus the case itself. So if you get a very close look, especially on the top and the corner, you can see how close the tempered glass gets to this case. Now, if you're asking yourself a question, will this work with Zizzo? Will it work with OtterBox? Is it going to work with Tech 21? Is it going to work with Spec? Will it work with any other case? Yes, it will, 100%. Because this thing is so adhered to the phone, which you'll see here in a second, I have to use a hairdryer to even get this thing off. Everything is lined up perfectly. The dimensions is correct. Even if there is a case that kind of goes over the screen and kind of goes on top of it or tries to push it, obviously this case will go over the screen protector because it's thin enough and it's stuck to the phone like none other. So yes, 100% case friendly for the Whitestone Dome Glass, because in the past videos I've tested about 5 to 8 different cases, and every time, same result, it always works and is compatible. So, case friendliness, this one will get a 5 out of 5. Now we've come down to the scratch test, and so with this one, I will let you guys know again, with a razor blade, this one will not do anything to any type of glass. Now, because the hardness of this razor blade is probably about at a 4 hardness, it will not scratch glass at all. Now, the hardness of anything that will scratch glass is going to be 5.5. Now, because I want to start off with the number 5, I want to make sure that we're not getting gypped at all with the quality of the Whitestone Dome Glass. So I'm trying to press down extremely hard. I'm also going at the correct angle, and nothing is getting scratched or penetrating the little glass. So again, against the razor blade and against a hardness of 5, you will not be scratching your phone. Now it comes down to the level of 6 to actually scratch any other of the screens that's on any other phone. So when it comes down to, you know, the Galaxy S6, the S7, if you were to take a edge of a 6, it will actually scratch it. And there you can see that there is going to be a couple fine lines on the phone. Right over there where that little glare is happening, you see 2 little lines. That's with the edge of a 6. Now we're going to move over into the edge of a 7, and this one will usually kind of penetrate some of the glass, and you can maybe even possibly hear it just a little bit more. Now this one's going to be kind of a little bit closer to something of a very extremely hard edge. It's not really getting to kind of a rock or pebble type of hardness yet, but this one definitely will scratch your tempered glass, but it does not go through it. So this right here will save you specifically easily from any type of coins, change, keys, knives, and everything else all the way up into this level. Now we're going over into the levels of the scratch resistance of 8, which this one usually has always gone through any other screen protector. And it will oh, there we go. You can see how easily that's able to go through. It's much deeper grooves and more finer of a tip than what you see from before. And then this side over here of side number 9, this one will definitely go through it and really kind of hurt it. And it's basically fragmenting some of this glass and picking it up. So when it comes down to the normal Mohs hardness kit, I use that because I want to see at what level does it scratch. So when it comes down to this one here of the Whitestone Dome Glass, you know, that's for the Galaxy Note 9, with it having a minimal scratch of a 6 and then went up to the 7, 8, and 9. This one is definitely up to par with any other tempered glass out there. And again, the purpose of a tempered glass is to hold all these scratches for you This way you're able to take off the tempered glass and your phone is perfectly fine and safe. And I guess at this point, I will actually try and lift up a corner to see if I'm able to get it. If you're familiar with any other type of tempered glass, if you try to lift it up, it's going to come up pretty much with ease. With this one, I have a lot of tension that's going through here, and it is actually lifting up a little bit, but it will definitely crack at this point over here, which is where all those scratches is happening, as you can tell. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the hairdryer, take all of this off so I don't get shards of glass everywhere, and we're going to finish out this video. Now, as you can see, even with me using the heat of a hairdryer, it actually still did crack and break some of this, but if you did not use a hairdryer, this entire thing will be shattered, shards of glass will be everywhere, and this right here is what is protecting the screen of your phone from breaking. Now, as you can tell also over here, my phone is perfectly fine. There is no issues, no scratch, no dings, no dents, no nothing going on there. So I'm super excited and proud of the quality of Whitestone dome glass coming back that I'm able to use again for the Galaxy Note 9. Now, to wrap up this video, I do want to talk about the giveaway one more time. I will be giving away 5 promo codes, which each one is giving you a 99% off discount of the Whitestone dome glass, tempered glass for the Galaxy Note 9. Now, again, you do have to make sure you are a subscriber. You have to like the video and write a comment below this video letting me know of your favorite feature you're most excited about for the Galaxy Note 9, along with what state you live in, so I can see where all these comments come from within the United States. And then also for all the ratings of all the different tests that we've done for the installation, I'll definitely give it a 4 out of 5, because if you're a new user at this one, even though everything is there, it's all laid out, you have the instructions, it's super easy. It's just a big process versus just laying a tempered glass onto a phone these days. But if you've done it from before and you're used to Whitestone dome glass, I'll definitely give it a 5 out of 5. This one was super easy versus some of the other ones I've done in the past. Also, when it comes down to touch sensitivity, definitely a 5 out of 5. When it comes to case friendliness, 5 out of 5. And again, it will work with any case that you purchase for the Galaxy Note 9. It is super thin, it is cut correctly, all the dimensions are there, and it's super adhered to the phone so it will not pop off with any case that you place onto it. And then when it comes down to the scratch resistance, definitely a 5 out of 5, because it was up to par with any of the other screen protectors I've tested out there, with it barely scratching at 6, going through a little bit more at 7. It really scratches it at the 8 level, and then it just goes through it at the 9, which is just any other tempered glass out there. And then also for the removal, 5 out of 5 again. It's super adhered to the phone. It will not pop off if you drop your phone. Outside of that, I hope this video has helped you guys out. Make sure you guys give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit on subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Share this video with your friends and family and social media sites. And outside of that, I'll see you guys later.